Hello, hi, hey. Welcome to another episode of Coffee Talks. This week, we have the same blend as last week. The Mad Science blend from Black Rifle Coffee Company. Please sponsor me. That would be amazing. It's gone room temperature because I've been sitting here quite a while. It's also very important to drink water. I'm not gonna lie, that's like the third swig of water I've had all day. And I'm also on my third cup of coffee. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm on my second cup of coffee. But in between cups of coffee, I had a coffee protein shake. Like Dymatize makes a Dunkin' Donuts flavored cappuccino protein powder, and it's got 95 milligrams caffeine in it. So I've technically had 3 coffees today, which I don't know if that affects me in any way, if you could tell at all. It really doesn't. Caffeine doesn't really affect me hardly any, but I don't know. I'm just goofy. So today's video is about old mindsets. My inspiration, I guess, for it is depression. God, I shouldn't laugh at that. Oh no. So depression is something I've struggled with on and off for many years. Mostly on, but lately depression's been off, which is fantastic. But you know, it still creeps in every now and then. And I gotta find ways to deal with it, because it's something that, you know, depression just sucks. Anybody that has depression, they know. It sucks. It sucks. It's just a leech, and it sucks on you, and it's like, we're gonna steal a part of your soul, and we're not gonna let it go. All my former emo kids know. Like, straight up. But, you know, I had a moment where I was in a very depressive mindset. Like, not very depressive, but more than normal, I should say. Like, I guess minorly depressive? Something like that? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Being depressed is something I'm just so used to that it's like, I don't even look at it as levels. I'm just like, it's a feeling. It's something I'm used to. I'll figure it out. But I wrote down, or I, you know, did a journal entry on the laptop about, like, what I was thinking, you know. I basically just let myself write, and it actually helped me to get out and realize a lot of the old mindsets I used to have. Very self-destructive. I used to be very self-destructive, kind of like anybody is when they're depressed and have a lot of trauma that they haven't quite processed. That could be in a lot of different ways. One of the ways it was for me was, man, I would drive fast. I'm not gonna say my top speed because, for legal reasons, these events happen in Mexico. I've hit what would be considered felony speeds if I had done them in the United States of America. And that is not good. Granted, I was always safe about it. I would make sure, you know, no other cars on the road, that kind of thing, but it's still not good. I would drive fast on curvy roads. And, you know, I bought a sports car when I was 18. So, you know, about 350 horsepower and 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. Yeah, I don't know. You know? So, if I really wanted to destroy myself, I had the right tool in hand. Not to mention, I bought a motorcycle when I was 21. Thankfully, it's a slow motorcycle, but it's still a motorcycle. Like, again, this happened in Mexico. It doesn't go very fast, but I know it tops out at 95 on a downhill. Sorry, Mom. You didn't hear that from me if you watched this video. But yeah, like, that was one of my self-destructive mindsets for a while. Oh, fuck, I forgot to synchronize it. 3, 2, 1. Oopsie. That was one of my very self-destructive mindsets for a while. It was like, oh, things didn't go as planned? Let's drive fast. You gotta sit up on a date? Let's drive fast. You really just like want to not be on this planet right now? Let's drive fast. Everything felt like it was crushing me. Driving fast was my escape. Not only because, not only because of the adrenaline rush of driving fast and taking the turns really nice and smoothly and, in a professional manner, as if I'm a race car driver. But part of it was a little bit of comfort in the fact that, hey, I'm doing this in an area where there's nobody else. If something happens to me, whatever happens, happens. If I wrap my car around a tree at 120, oh well, I hope I go instantly. If I wrap the bike around a tree doing 75, oh well, I hope I go instantly. And that was very self-destructive. That is the worst mindset to have. And that was my mindset for a long time. And that's not something you should have. I know I say that a lot, because I've been through a lot. I've had a lot of mindsets that you shouldn't have. Mind you, the self-destructive part of it with me was, it was only destructive to me. I cared too much about other people. Even if they had hurt me, I cared too much about other people to take anything out on anyone else. Which is both a good thing and a detriment, because that just meant I would destroy myself even further. I would take unnecessary risks that I didn't need to take. I would do things that would physically hurt myself. There were times where I was upset with something and I punched my countertop full force. Just wham! And I had a fractured knuckle for 3 months. I've done that with both hands. I think 2 times it was the countertop, 1 time it was my door frame, something like that. That's not a healthy thing to do. Like, you shouldn't be punching things that are not meant to be punched. If you want to punch something, buy a punching bag, or just don't punch anything, But I would never hit another person, at least, not other than self-defense. But I haven't had to do that, thankfully. But yeah, I would do that because I would be so frustrated and I just needed to take it out. And so I would just hit something, which caused me long-term pain. Like, there are certain ways, like, I can only move my this middle finger, a little bit sideways, whereas this one, I can move a little more. I'm trying not to flip off the camera, but, and the last time I did it was at the start of this year, or, the very last day of 2022, whatever. And man, I work in a warehouse and it gets like 30, 40 degrees throughout the entire winter. And so having a fractured knuckle in the freezing cold in a warehouse, dude, that sucked. That was terrible. And yet I just was like, fuck it. That's not a good thing. You shouldn't do that. Don't punch things not meant to be punched. Buy a punching bag and gloves and wrap your hands so you don't break your knuckles. Yeah. Part of the good thing, I don't want to say good, but I guess, moderate thing about the whole self-destructive aspect is, I would never take it out on anybody else. I had an incident about a month ago, I think, where one of my friends, they did something that had like flipped a switch the wrong way. I'm not gonna go into it just because it's a very minor thing and I shouldn't have even gotten mad, but it was just something that, it's something that bothers me. I'm a very communicative person and this person is not so communicative and yada yada yada. Like, they just did something that flipped the switch the wrong way. Again, thankfully, I don't take anything back or take anything out on other people because there was a moment where my instant reaction was to tell them to go fuck themselves. And just like, fuck it. Lighter. Burn that bridge. When I had just rebuilt that bridge or, just gotten back to make sure the bridge is still there, like, I just got that friend back. And I was like full on ready to just be like, fuck it. And that is so unhealthy. So unhealthy. And again, that has nothing to do with the other person. Like, I'm not saying it's their fault. Like, no. Nothing to do with them. Because my internal reaction was from a perceived wound that I needed to heal. And again, I am so thankful I don't take anything out on anybody else. Because it would have ruined a friendship. And I don't like ruining friendships. But I let myself sit and stew in that mindset for multiple days. Like, I would think about it. Like, not for the entire day, but I would just think about, like, what I would say and yada yada. And I'm just like, I was quite literally projecting what was wrong with me onto them in my head. And thankfully, I realized that. And I calmed down, and I was like, okay, let me just talk with this person, have a conversation, figure it out, and then we'll see what goes from there. And I was a little anxious because I hit him with the whole, hey, can we talk? Like that, I hit him with that text, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, oh, shit, huh, you know? And I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't even that big of a deal. If the friendship can't survive a small, hey, can we talk moment, then one, it's not even really a friendship, you know? And two, it's not a friendship that I should be upkeeping or trying to upkeep if I can't have that level of conversation, you know? And so that situation got cleared and done by the end of that week, you know, or like in that instant with that conversation. But I had let it just stew in my head for basically the whole week. And if I hadn't had that restraint, I would have just ruined a friendship again. And I don't want to do that. And that's a self-destructive mindset. And that's something I'm trying to get out of. I'm trying to realize what rubs me the wrong way and why does it do that? You know, why does it rub me the wrong way? Why does it feel like a knife is being twisted in my side right now? And I'm trying to fix that. Because self-destruction is self-destruction. It is literally a bomb going off inside of you. I'm sorry if you are in an airport and yo, no. I hope you don't have me on speaker. Because if you do, you just got the airport security, whatever the fuck they are, on your ass. But another part of the way I would self-destruct is I would eat my emotions, which is part of the reason why at 17 I was 330 pounds, and why for better part of 3 years I was 305 pounds consistently. Like at the start of this year, I was 305 pounds. I weighed myself last week and I'm 225. I am quite literally down 80 pounds in 7.5 months. There are 2 other times in my life I have weighed 225 pounds. First time was when I was 12 and I was really fat. The second time is when I was 14 and I was in okay shape. I was wearing an extra large. But right now I'm 225 pounds and I'm wearing a medium right now. Because I don't eat my feelings anymore. And I don't make myself feel bad for eating out and treating myself. You know, I'm on a diet. It's not too strict, but I follow it. You know? I do intermittent fasting, you know, eat clean during the week. And if I want to get Taco Bell on a Friday night, I'm going to get Taco Bell on a Friday night. If I'm going to eat out with friends on Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to eat out with friends on Saturday or Sunday. And even though I've been losing weight this entire year, I've been making myself feel bad because I wasn't sticking to a regimen every single day, you know? It's like, I shouldn't be eating that crap. But yeah, I'm not on some super strict diet. I'm not on some super strict regimen. I walk my dog, and then like I'll do push-ups once a week. That's the only exercise I do. And I'm making fantastic progress. But I was getting mad at myself as if I needed to go compete in a bodybuilding competition. And I'm like, yo, man, I'm starting to be easier on myself. It's like, listen, we're making huge progress. You know, I'm down 100 pounds from the time I was 17. And 80 of those pounds are this year. I've been losing 10 pounds a month, pretty much, or over 10 pounds a month all year long, you know? And so I'm trying to not be so hard on myself. And it's like, listen, you're not self-destructing. You're not eating a bag of chips in one sitting. You're not downing a bag of candy corn in one sitting, because I would do that. There were times where, like, the Reese's eggs, when those would come along, I would literally eat an entire bag of those in one sitting. That is horrible for you. That's absolutely horrible. Like, man, I can barely eat a regular pack of M&Ms without, like, feeling a little sick to my stomach. And yet somehow I was downing an entire bag of Reese's. And it's like, listen, man, if you want to get a little snack, like bag of M&Ms, small bag of chips, whatever, it's okay. You're not self-destructing. I have to constantly remind myself of that. And a large part of that has to do with body dysmorphia. I look in the mirror and I still see the same fat kid that I've seen for years, unless I go back and look at pictures. Like, I'm gonna pop up a couple pictures for you guys now, just that way you can see the difference. But in my head, most of the time, I only see what I saw for so long, because and a part of it is because I saw it for so long, and I'm trying to get accustomed to the fact that I'm at a healthy weight now. I can see my ribs in a healthy manner. It's not like I'm starving myself, because I'm not. Like, I've still got decent bit of pudge I have to work off. It's like I still got about 30 pounds to lose, realistically. But it's just getting toned up at that point. It's not like I have to lose this massive amount of weight anymore. Okay, that's like the third or fourth time that my card has gotten full, and I just went back and deleted a whole bunch of old stuff. So I'm gonna wrap this video up, because clearly the camera's trying to tell me I'm done, and that I've been rambling for too long. Anyway, moral of this story is, it's okay to look in the rear view every now and then to see how far you've come. Just because you got a mountain ahead of you doesn't mean you haven't already scaled a whole bunch of mountains behind you. And the mountain ahead of you just might be a hill. Keep pushing. And again, it's okay to look back every now and then to see how far you've made it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay? Okay. Hopefully it won't be multiple months, but I just recorded this one back to back with another video. So hopefully that won't be the case, if I can get on top of my shit and keep things going. Yeah. Party like it's 1999. I don't know. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.